Guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Alright, so just a bit of a short video for you. This is about doing a modification on your battery cage on your S031 Estes We2012 helicopters. These are the 7.4 volt versions. The S031G, this is not for that helicopter because it has a different type of cage for the battery. Well, if you want to call it a cage anyway. Anyhow, if you're having a problem with tail weight, there's a couple solutions. One, you could do this solution, which is adding some putty into the nose, and that'll help stabilize your helicopter. And you kind of guess as you go until it hovers fine. The only thing is too is you're going to have to hover it indoors realistically to make sure it's not pulling itself back, because outdoors it's really not a fair test because this could cause other issues when you're indoors, because you'll end up putting too much weight on the nose when you're outside, and of course that balances it there, but then indoors when you're flying, say, in a gym with this thing, because it's a fair-sized helicopter, it's over 21 inches, you may have too much nose weight, in which case now you got forward drift to worry about. So to solve all that, what you're going to need to do is this shelf here, okay, just the shelf. Don't touch the bottom end at all, because you still need the bottom support here. But what you can do is you can remove this shelf with an X-Acto blade or well, any kind of a really sharp knife. So just cut down the edges until you come flush, and then you'll have to bend this back and forth maybe a couple of times. You'll have to figure it out, but an X-Acto knife could work really well too, because then you can get in on the inside edge here and just start cut, and then clip, and then pop it off. Then this will allow you to move your battery forward little bits at a time. So you'll put one tie strap across here just to hold things, fairly snug, and then you can adjust your battery out as needed until everything comes in balance. Okay, so when you're in balance indoors flying, and include the weight of your canopy on here too as you're doing your test each time, so you're going to have to put your canopy back on every time, because this does have an effect on the helicopter for balance too. But once you get it set with the canopy indoors and it's hovering fine, you have no issues, then what you'd want to do then is tighten that strap up even more, and maybe even put a back strap, a stopper back strap in, or throw in maybe some double-sided sticky tape, just to prevent it from moving any further, which you could put double-sided sticky tape across this plate, because this is still going to be here, this flat portion, and so you can just lift your battery up a bit and then stick the tape in there, and away you go, and you're good to go. Your helicopter will be balanced out. Why there's issues going on with tail weight issues, I'm not entirely sure. Another modification you could make if you wanted to, because if you take off the tail fin, if you end up coming down like this tail fin actually helps absorb the shock and stops you from doing a lot of damage to your back blade area here. So to leave it on there and still have the helicopter looking good, what you could do, which is another thing, is shorten your boom. Now you do have quite a bit of distance here. Even with using the extended S033 prop, you'll still have a little over 2 inches. You could actually take off your back motor mount here and cut it shorter, and bits at a time. You're going to have to re-drill, of course, for your back tail support. Okay, yes, you're shortening the length of your helicopter, but you're also removing weight and you're redoing centers of gravity. So that may also be another option for you with the tail weight issue. But I think in all, to keep things proportionally in size, making it still look good, I would go definitely with this idea where, just notch this down, slice out just this front facing, and then seal it off finally with some sticky tape or a couple tie straps, and you'll be good to go, and you can balance out your heli. So that's the ideas I've got for you. It's the best way I can explain it. If you have any other kind of questions, whatever, in regards to this heli, even stuff I may have missed from the, everything you need to know about the S031 and Estes We2012 video that I have up, If you have other questions, just feel free to ask. As far as the 9.6 volt battery goes, I'll let you know, guys, that that battery is actually lighter in weight than the 7.4 volt lithium ion that comes with this one. And also, like I said, you really don't have much of a cage per se. I mean, I had the Cobra version that was 9.6, which is the S031G from Cobra, which is Syma S031G, and you've got hardly any of this casing as a cage. You got more of just like a little platform here, and it was sticky taped, and then the PCB was sticky taped, and it was like, that was just horrid. This is heavy duty, and you know, your PC board's actually clamped in place. So this is actually, in my opinion, the much better heli is the regular S031. You know, because the G-sized one, I mean, it's not any longer. You know, it's just a 9.6 volt version. So, you know, you're definitely getting your LiPo battery, and they said this one is supposed to be LiPo, but it is a lithium-ion battery. But, I mean, you could convert to LiPo cells too, and you could get a 7.4 LiPo, you know, try and get yourself something like maybe a 3-cell small square like the 9.6 version would be, but get it in a 7.4. Just remember, you got to keep your milliamps up. This thing uses an 1100 milliamp battery for 7.4, so you're going to need at least 1100, you know, maybe even 1500 milliamps, and you'd be able to actually get the battery to go in there, and it would give you some adjustability too for balancing, because that battery is going to be lighter. So, you know, you're going to want to have the ability to adjust if you want to switch to LiPo. And the only reason to really switch to the LiPo battery, if you're going to do that, is going to be higher milliamps, a little bit longer runtime, and definitely a heck of a lot less charge time. The 7.4 volt battery in this takes about 3 hours to charge. The 9.6 is more like realistically about an hour, or maybe an hour and a half tops. So you got a lot less charge time going to LiPo, obviously. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope this explained it. There's no battery in this one because I actually robbed the battery out of it for another project. So that's why there's no battery, but it also gives you the better visual without the battery being in there and what you need to do. So see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one.